Let's create a simple widget with the Akumina Widget Builder. This new widget will display a simple countdown timer on our page. Let's begin by stubbing out our widget. Give the widget a name, namespace, and choose the starting stub. For this example, we will leave the default folder and choose No for the last two questions. With all the needed files provisioned automatically, we can now begin to code our widget. First things first, in the widget's config file, let's add the properties where we can set the final date for the countdown as well as a message to be displayed with it. Next, we can make an update to the default view template. The plugin we are using writes the time to an element with a specific ID. Let's add that here. Also, we can add the token to display the message with the countdown. As you can see, we're using handlebars as tokens for the properties in the widget's data model. Later on, we will add some CSS to the site's CSS file to give the markup a little polish. Next, let's update the JavaScript file for the widget. Here, we need to add the code to get the properties for the final date and the message we want to display. Since we want to use the message in the HTML, we can add that property as an element in the data model to be binded with the view here. In this function, we will bind the data to the HTML and also call any other code for the widget. We are using the code as documented in the plugin, but using the properties that are stored in the widget with a couple updates to make it more bulletproof. We are also wrapping the code with a get script of the plugin's JavaScript file, so we are only loading it when we need it. Once complete, we can now save, build, and package the widget as a portable zip file. We can now import the widget into the Widget Manager app into any Akumina app manager. Once imported, we can update the default widget instance with our properties and save it. Now, we can add the widget instance to any existing page or add it to a new page on the site. Once added, let's add a little CSS to our site's global CSS file. As you can see, creating a custom widget is pretty easy once you know how to get started. And once you get going, the possibilities are endless.